Exhale. There it is. All right. There you go. We did it. Oh, man. Oh. There are plenty of reasons in his back for why he's feeling what he's feeling. Oh. Yeah, right up here, babe. Wow. Right in there. Oh, man. If I can help you do it, then you can do it more easily when you're not here. You know, it's a stress test. You know, I'm taking you to red line, and then you can go cruise at 3,000 RPMs all day long because I took you at a higher pace. Lower back, sciatic nerve, main issue right now? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I've had for a long time. I would say the first time it was a real problem, or I guess I noticed it was a real problem, was I was a junior in high school and I couldn't sit down on the desk. So I went to the nurse's office and they gave me some icy hot, I think.
Right.
Yeah. So they just gave me some icy hot, and I did feel a lot of pain up in here.
In between the shoulder blades?
In between, I would say, yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, from there, it was kind of on and off. But it mostly went away up until the end of my senior year, I would say.
So would you say it was lower back or mainly leg? What would you describe?
It was mostly mid-back, actually. That's
Okay.
whenever I first had that.
So kind of up pain in here.
Yeah.
How about in the lower back or down the leg? When did
That started happening, I think it was 2019.
Okay.
It was really bad. I think I caused most of the acceleration because I started going to the gym. So, yeah.
Well, you're really
proper
just
lifting.
Well, what happens is, I tell this to all the people all the time, the healthier, or let's say the younger person's pain, is actually pain in the mid-back. So there's a firing order to your spine. Your middle back should function before your lower back. So in order to even have sciatica, the middle part of your back must be locked up. And so when you were a teenager, you were feeling pain in there because it was still moving. You don't feel something that doesn't move,
Yeah.
right? So there was some level of functionality of your middle back that then locked up, and then that went away, and now your lower back and your leg are killing you, right? So there's a progression. Have you had any numbness down your leg?
Numbness, I guess it's
tingling?
rare. Any tingling and numbness is rare for me. I've had it on some of my arm, I guess, not the whole arm, sometimes in the fingers, but I mean,
Intermittent.
yeah,
Okay.
it's rare.
Okay.
I would say.
Burning? Any just
I
electrical
mean,
pain? Electrical? How would you-
yeah, that's probably all of my spine now. Yeah.
All down the arms or the whole spine and the back?
The spine, mostly the lower back. The
Both
sciatic
burning?
nerves, yeah.
Okay. And that's been since 2020?
Yeah, that was whenever it started getting really bad.
Okay.
I've gotten like an X-ray done on my midsection.
Okay.
Most of that, I mean, I tried to get it from the hospital, but they never responded. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Pure statistically, 75% of disc herniations or disc bulges, even though this model has it at lumbar 3, L5, lumbar 5 has about 75%. 24% is at L4, 1% is at L3, and then almost doesn't happen. And so the idea, I'm not sure what they said to you, but they'll sometimes purport an idea that it's wear and tear or aging, you know, and I go, well, why don't we ever see any disc injuries up here? All the discs are the same age. It has to do with where you're chewing, where your back is bending. And so when we sit, the curve, the natural curve that our back should have, goes straight.
Okay.
And what that does is it creates a ladder effect where all the forces are going straight down to the bottom. So school from 5 to 20, sitting, and then having a bad alignment. And then you go lift weights with this
Everything is
alignment.
done like that, yeah.
All the bending happens here, and you grind these teeth down, and you wear out the discs in the lower back. So the first phase of care is what I call the demolition phase. We're going to try to go through your upper back, your middle back, the parts that are not injured, and get them working better. Let's start taking the stress off these areas. Now, I don't expect these areas to just embrace me with open arms and say, oh, Dr. Ed, this feels great to be beat up and moved again. We've been tight for years. That's why this has happened. That's why this has happened. So in the neck, your neck is designed to work at the top. And the lower neck should work only after the upper neck has fully worked. So I expect this to be tight because you can't have lower neck disc injuries if the upper neck is functioning properly, right? So the normal firing order has to have been altered, and that's altered because of this.
Yeah.
It's because of the posture that takes the natural curve out of your neck. So first we go through the spine, make it limber, and since you're 25, it's not too difficult to get you back to limber. And then at the end of the visit, we're going to go through working on bringing you back to the curve in your neck and the curve in your back, and then teach you, similar to how a dentist teaches people to brush their teeth, how can I at home work on bringing my back to being curved.
Okay.
One last principle I'll show you. When you bend forward, the hole that the nerve goes through gets larger. And this is how you can get stuck into a positive feedback loop of, I need to pull my knees to my chest to get relief, but that mashes the disc more, which causes it to bulge more, which means I have to pull my knees to my chest even more. Do you understand? You get stuck in this vicious cycle of, and that's how people get farther and farther hunched forward. Does that make sense? It's a positive feedback loop.
Yeah.
And at your age, you're going to start seeing the desire. And so I'm going to actually show you, we have to actually bend back. And to bend back, not just by making this area bend, otherwise we'll pinch the nerve. We got to have it bend back evenly. And so that's why we go through the spine, massage it, and all the beating up with the elbows. That's all just prep so that when we put you on, you understand, we're going to start molding you on these stretches. I don't want all the bending to happen, does that make sense, down here? We want the bending to be going throughout the spine. And primarily, we're going to be having it up here in the middle back. Roll your shoulders, relax your arms, turn your head left and right. Just show me wherever you think center is. Give me a good center.
This would be me.
That's, you're good. That's right there. I'm just going to look at you. You're fine. We're about 1.5 inches forward, so the ear should be over the center of your shoulder from the side.
Okay.
The more forward, if your ear was over your shoulder, I'd be confused. Okay, I expected.
Yeah.
You're saying this is, if it was perfect alignment, I go, and why do you have any disc injuries? Does that make sense? So I expect to see some stuff, and that's what we're here to fix. But I'm just analyzing it. Okay, hips aren't too unlevel. They're actually pretty level down here. That's about as level as can be. Shoulders are a little tilted. You got a little left shoulder.
I guess most of the day I am in pain. Like right now I can feel this, just, not necessarily in pain, but it's almost as if it's resisting something. I don't know. Like my bone is trying to hit something and resist it. I really don't know how to explain it.
But local in the back. Local in the...
Mostly in the back, but every now and then if I step wrong or, look away, incorrectly or try to lift something up, it'll shoot down. Sometimes I'll feel pain in my shoulders, mostly the shoulder blade area on my left-hand side. So.
Right. So when you're bending, you don't get to choose where your back bends. It's not under my control or any conscious control to decide where your back bends. It's based on a volunteer system. For years, your lower back's been the loosest part. And so when you do bending, that's where all the bending occurs. That's where chiropractic can come into this equation. And I'm going to make another part of your back wake up and start bending. And then you're going to start feeling, my lower back, I don't feel it anymore.
Yeah.
Because now another part has started to work. And then the stretching that I'm going to show you seals it. It retains it, so it doesn't just revert quickly back to the old habits of that area being the main part that works. Take a deep breath in for me, we'll sit up. And then head back for me. Let all the air out. It's okay, there you go. There you go, deep breath in, I got you. Let it go, I got you. Deep breath in, here we go. Exhale. Oh yeah, hold tight. There we see. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, nothing. Okay. So, yeah. You okay?
Yeah,
real tight up there. We got work to do. I'm sorry. Yeah, I wanted to. That sort of surprised me how tight your upper back was. We got to work on that. It's like there's knuckles in there that don't want to bend. Does that make sense? They're just joints, and like your fingers are designed to bend. Those knuckles at the top are frozen. And then put the back of your head in that little slit. So turn your head toward, perfect, you got it.
Okay.
Any pain when I'm just turning you?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm fine.
Take a deep breath in. Exhale and twist. I got you. Breathe, it's okay, I got you. You okay?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Exhale. Aside from me, okay? Okay, how'd it feel?
Intense.
Deep breath in, here we go. Exhale. There we go, breathe, I got you. Breathe, here we go. Exhale. right, so face up. Okay, all right, face up. So you see what I did there, right? I've checked your middle back, right? Your middle back, I've already adjusted your middle back and then had more to move because it hadn't fully already moved the way it's supposed to. Then so we adjusted above and below where you're injured. Did you see what I did?
Yeah.
I left your lower back alone. I didn't put my hand
Yeah.
here. I adjusted the SI joint and I adjusted the middle back because I'm trying to send the stress, does that make sense, to the surrounding
That
areas.
makes sense.
We want to be careful, or you need to be careful when you're seeing a doctor to not have your lower back adjusted. That's where an MRI, you understand, to see the disc injury will help practitioners, hopefully, to leave your lower back alone. It's like a cavity in a tooth. Let's stop poking it.
Yeah, I haven't had anybody work on me in a while, and after some time, I thought to myself that was probably the best thing, is to not have somebody mess with it, because...
Right, well, you have to be discerning, right? We need to be discerning on who we let, do you, doctor, know to leave the parts of my back that are injured alone,
Okay.
right? And my dad, being a chiropractor, was actually helped by chiropractic and then hurt by chiropractic.
Yeah.
How depressing is that, right? It's like, well, the same guys different guys. One guy worked around the problem and helped my dad, and then other guys worked on where he was injured, and they ended up, further aggravating the area that was damaged already. All right, I got you. There we go. There we go. Do round one. We'll keep going. There you go. Yeah. So why was there such a big difference? The right side of your neck is much farther out of alignment. If you notice that the left side, you understand, a lot more clicks because the distance was a lot smaller. There's a larger gap right here. So we're going to use the massage as a way to, your head likes to tilt left. That's why I saw your left shoulder high. It's really not a shoulder tilt as much as it is a head tilt. Your head likes to tilt left, and your head doesn't like to go to the right as easily. It's like a car that you let go of the steering wheel and the car pulls to the side. There's a favoritism of your neck. Like to sleep on your left side. This head doesn't like to go over to the right.
Well, I guess something that wasn't in the papers, couldn't really answer, was I had my neck get stuck looking to the left one time. I was on the computer and couldn't turn my head right. I turned to look left and I couldn't turn it right.
Mm-hmm.
Went to a chiropractor. He was a home doctor, I guess you can say, and he was massaging my neck, trying to get it ready to get it adjusted.
Yes.
And I was crying so hard for about 10 seconds to the point where, my mom started crying too.
Sorry.
And he ended up not adjusting it. He felt like, it's just way too traumatic at that point.
Gee whiz.
But, never got it adjusted. He just got it to a point where I was able to move my neck.
Well, there's inklings of it still here. My point is that your neck's still in left rotation.
Yeah.
I can still feel the, residual. There's, that we call that torticollis. That would be your diagnosis if they didn't say that word. That's your diagnosis for torticollis is what happened. The joints on the right side were essentially swollen, and you couldn't compress them. So in order for you to, when you turn your head, if I turn my head left, the joints on the left have to approximate. They have to slide together. And if there's a bunch of fluid in there, you can't do it. It's like an engine that's got water in it. It's like it's hydrolocked. You can't compress. Now, the idea would be to actually just massage, and I fix torticollis all the time. You got to rub this side of your neck for 10 minutes, and you got to gua sha it, and then you got to give it little baby adjustments, and I fix it all the time. The main point with torticollis is you have to go into it. You understand? Or go to the edge of what you can handle. The more you lean away from it, the larger it grows. So what feels good, turning your head left, will make it worse, and you'll never get out of it. The only way forward is to go into it, and that's, the younger you are, the less likely the kids, when I have young children with it, it's more difficult to fix because young children, no, it hurts, you're hurting me. It's like, well, we have to go into it to fix it.
I had to learn how to sleep on my back.
Good.
I tried to force myself over the, course of a few months maybe.
Well, that's part of what, like I said, the residual, effect of that is still in here. That's why this side, and this side was like, nah. The right side of your neck is still stuck. It didn't resolve, didn't go away. It's still that knot right here. I would usually term these, single-digit age injury. Something happened right up here that got injured, and then your head tilted away from it, and then it became favorable to continue tilting away from it to the point where now you develop a torticollis. So now we're going to go into it and fix it.
Yeah, so every time you put my head in this position towards the left,
Yes.
I get pain down here. It's not bad. Like
I hear
it's,
you. Yeah.
It's one of those, like, it kind of runs down my leg.
I got you. Well, just turning your head left, the holes on the left get smaller. So there's first of all, the neck should be moving more independently of your lower back. When there's stiffness in certain areas, especially your upper back, your lower back's bending when it shouldn't be bending. That's why you're feeling it. It's like piano keys; they all should be moving independently. And here's the reason for the torticollis. There's a mark on your neck, and we'll take a picture in a minute. But feel all that up there?
Oh yeah.
That's all been.
I don't know which one is supposed to be there and which one isn't, because I guess a few years after that, I started noticing bumps on my neck.
Yep.
And
well, there's none of them are normal. They're all. It's like normal dents on your car door. No such thing. None of the cars don't come from the factory with dents. Stuff happens. Traumas happen, injuries happen, and then they accumulate. But there is no normal lactic acid or inflammation or crunchiness in your neck. It's all a buildup of life, and it could have been a birth trauma. My goodness, I mean, I've had babies, born with, injuries already from the doctors pulling on their necks. Just in the birthing process can be traumatic. And
so all those bumps are not normal.
correct. Some of this is lymphatic. So there's the sewer pipes called the lymph. The lymph nodes are part of what we're feeling in here, but because of the tightness and posture of your neck, it's clogged the drain line. So now we're feeling lymph, muscular tightness, some soft tissue, scar tissue. It's a bunch of things together wrapped in a ball. But no, all of that.
I mean, yeah, that's
not normal. Look at his feet there, Colin. Don't move your feet. Don't move your feet. But see what's going on with his feet right now?
my left one is.
You notice that?
Yeah. No, I've noticed that a long time ago.
Right. Do you see Mom, right? I mean, you see his left, they call that external rotation. His foot is flared on his left foot way more. I mean, the right's closer to normal for being on your back.
And this one is tight, I will be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's stuck there.
So part of that's piriformis contraction. So we have sciatica. So the sciatic nerve controls the piriformis muscle. The piriformis muscle is what attaches to the sacrum and the greater trochanter. So when it contracts, you understand? Pulls our toes outwards. We call it foot flare. So you have contraction of the piriformis, and then some doctors will get lost in this piriformisville really quickly. Well, we got to go in there and release your piriformis. No, we need to get the pressure off the nerve that's causing the piriformis to contract. But you will get, I'm just telling you, somebody's going to get lost in trying to work on it. And that's not bad to work on the piriformis, but that shouldn't be the entirety of your care. The care should be, look, we know he's got disc injury. We need to alleviate the pressure on the nerves first. Then sometimes you do need to go into working on the muscle to alleviate the contraction. You understand? But that's only after the lower back has been calmed down. But that's what that is right there. You're seeing that's contraction in your glute. And as we could check that again at the end of this, we'll see if there's any difference. But my point is that that's a tasering. You're getting a tasering of that muscle.
Well, I mean,
heck, even when I just turned your head left, you felt it.
Yeah.
You were feeling nerve flow into your leg.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, these are real things, and then it'll actually cause knee problems. How is the knee doing? I mean,
I used to have knee problems.
How's it doing in here?
Not really as much anymore.
But you had pain in here before?
Oh yeah, I've had pain on both knees. I think it's the meniscus on the right.
Correct.
I've popped that multiple times to the point where I stopped using my knee as much over there. So.
What I'm saying is if you do squats or lifts with this alignment, you're going to put a lot of stress on the inside of your knee, and then you'll have ankle issues, knee issues.
That's when it started. Yeah,
because of the alignment. Yeah. So I'm saying we need to get your back healthier, get the foot back to straight, you understand? So we're not wearing out our ankle and knee. All right, a little deeper here. Here we go. I got you. There we go. All right.
That one was a bit more intense, but that's fine.
Okay, that should have already moved 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. That was reluctant to showing up, and we did some coercion, and then we got it to move. And now the idea is that we actually use a neck dental roll to hold you in this curved position. And the more curve that's in your neck, the more stress that's off your lower neck. That referral pain to your shoulder blades goes away. That pressure down your arm goes away. It's all about that base. No, it's all about the curve in your neck. Okay, we got to get that curve back to your spine. A lot of resistance to being curved here. His upper back was totally frozen earlier. So the health of the tissue comes from the mobility. When the joints are frozen, all of the muscles, the ligaments, the surrounding area is not going to be healthy. It's all going to be congested and locked up. And so, the alignment of our spine over time makes those joints lock up and become resistant to functioning. And so, again, that's where I'm coming into this equation to try to unlock you again. And like right here, all this was not exactly happy to see me. Let's just leave it at that. Reluctant to functioning. These are joints in here, right here. All right. But when I look at your back, this was all elevated right here, left middle, right here. This is all elevated relative to the right. This is lower, and this was all popped up right here. Oh, just try to breathe. Am I going too hard? You okay?
No, go for it.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. I'm learning you. Try not to overwhelm you too quick, but I want to go way deeper, but please let me know if I'm going too hard.
It's fine if you make me cry.
Oh, well, careful. All right, bud. You heard him. You heard it, okay? He just said it. This is a mess right here. This is I'm sorry. Yeah, put it any more eloquently. This is a mess.
My mom thought that was bones, just regular.
They're in the wrong place. They're in the wrong place. Yes, the word was subluxated. It was the word that chiropractors tried to use to describe this, that the bones were not in the right position, that they're not dislocated, but they're subluxated, that they're out of alignment. This is subluxated right here. This is not where it's supposed to be. The fallacy with the word was that chiropractors believed that they could change it permanently through adjusting the spine. And that took enough time to realize that only through stretching can it really be changed. Arching back, counter stretching. And so the adjustment and the massage is all just used to free up the mobility, get the spine supple like clay or like metal, heat up the metal, make it soft so you can remold it. That's what this all is. I'm trying to make it supple again. Okay, breathe. Come on. Let it go.
Oh, that's the trouble spot. But go for it.
All right,
Like I
all
said.
right, let's get it.
Oh.
This is what you felt kind of back when you were in middle school, kind of in here, you think, or higher? What do you think?
I don't remember
Hard to
too
say.
much.
Yeah, this is generally a younger person's pain up here. This meaning that this happens before the sciatica. This locks up.
I would say so.
Uh-huh. There are plenty of reasons in his back for why he's feeling what he's feeling. We have to clear all this. It's not possible for this to be happy if this is so resistant to functioning. What are you doing, Ed? I'm asking this area to bend. It's not bending. It doesn't want to move. It hurts. It's reluctant. That's why he's doing too much with his lower back. So we have to unwind this and go through the terrain of making his middle back supple again, functional again. And even the headaches that I think I saw in your form, right? How often do you have headaches?
I've had really severe migraines my entire life, actually.
But I'm saying, you understand all that gunk up that we saw on your neck? That's not independent of that. That's what's causing the headaches is the congestion, the tightness, the loss of curve. There we go. All right, take a break.
Oh, man. Oh, that's worse. Oh, man.
Farfignugan, yes. Farfignugan. Driving enjoyment.
Oh, man. Oh.
Just hit them when you want a break.
Hey! Hey!
I'll let you know. Oh, man.
Yeah, right up here, babe. Wow. Right in there. Oh, man. Come on.
Yeah, I think, well, my mom's idea of her coming here to begin with was the fact that she didn't think I would be able to drive myself after this. So I said, might as well take you with me.
Not a bad idea, considering you might be pretty sore.
Yeah, I didn't think about it at first, but I didn't know how bad it would be.
Just tomorrow morning is going to be, if you can soak in a tub tonight, if possible, a couple cups of salt, that'd be the best. Otherwise, just it's going to be like going to the gym and the next day you're sore because you're out of shape. You know, these joints up here don't work, and I'm making them work, and then tomorrow morning they're going to let you know how upset they are that I told them to work, and then the idea is to continue asking them to function, and then eventually once they start doing their job without you having to ask, then you usually start feeling better, right? So backup arrives, and then it just continues to arrive, and you don't have to keep begging it for it. But yeah, a lot of buildup in here. Just a lot. That's why it didn't move. This is how quickly the mark comes out. Also tells me how much is built up in there. Sometimes if you have to comb a lot and the mark comes out fine, but when you do a couple of swipes and all of a sudden it gets dark real quick, kind of like running a vacuum cleaner, a couple little passes and you're like, whoa, how much dirt's in the carpet. The idea is, when are you done carpet cleaning? Well, when you make a pass and nothing comes up. There shouldn't be this pull that's happening. Feel that all injury.
I mean, I feel it.
Like right in there, it's all kind of grainy feeling. Let's see if we can, it shouldn't be as bad now. We should be able to go a little deeper here. Let's try. Get the initial pull out of there. Yeah, right there. Yeah. That's.
It doesn't feel as bad, but I can feel it.
Yeah. You can see me going over it, Carl. It's like smooth and then right there.
Oh.
Yep. There we go.
I swear I'm not moving my leg out.
No, I'm working on the area where that nerve goes through.
That's all on its own.
Right there.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I was not ready for that one. Oh man. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
All right, come on.
I can breathe a lot more with this one, but it hurts just as bad. Oh man. Oh.
I hope it's pretty obvious that that's the source. I hope that's, because it's not normal to have that much pain in the glute, that much soreness in there, and then the nerves traveling through that create an aggravation, and that's the problem.
Yeah, like I said, my leg, it started moving on its own there.
Right.
This is me being relaxed.
I know, it's okay. Well, this is. Can you see his back from over there? You see all his marks on his back. Can you see that? Yeah. That's a lot of buildup.
Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh.
All right, okay. Breathe. All right. Keep that forehead to forearm contact. I got you, bud. Okay. All right, breathe in deep for me. I got you. Yes. Breathe. I got you. Breathe in deep. Exhale. There it is. All right. There you go. We did it. You okay?
Yeah.
All right. Breathe. Exhale. Oh, all right, good. Very good. Okay. Arms down. Take a break. Breathe. I got you.
Oh.
Very good. All right, I got you. Breathe. Relax your shoulders. Come on. There you go. There you go. Right there. Come on. Let the shoulders go. Let the hips go. Sink into the table. There you go. All of this has to be evicted. All has to be taken out. It's not your friend. It's not worth holding on to it. Let it go.
You're handling a ton, so well done.
Nobody's, I guess, ever come this close. Like I said, when I was a kid, I was crying and screaming to the point where I was begging for them to stop. So
Aw.
I'm sorry. That's
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 hard
really
if you're a
tough.
kid.
Yeah.
And
Let's
yeah.
come up when you're ready. I got your shirt here for you. All right, I got you. Okay, all right, I got you. I got you, bud. I got you. Okay, all right.
That one.
Scoot up a little bit. Hold yourself on the table a little bit. I got you. Just hold yourself there a little bit. I got you. Okay. A little bit. Okay. All right. I'm just sort of curious.
I mean, I feel it like up here, like it just didn't want to move. As compared to this one, this entire,
Uh-huh.
my back and everything moved.
Uh-huh.
I feel all of my leg here just
It's
stuck.
frozen.
Just like it-
Hold yourself on the table a little bit. Yeah, let me see. I got you. Let it go. There it is. There we
Well,
go.
pulling the table.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of buildup.
I mean,
That was the area we got to move up there.
that's really dark up there.
Come on, come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. I made it look so easy, didn't I? Bend the knees. Bend the knees for me. There we go. Arms up. Bring the other arm up. Come on. I know. This is why you're here. A little harder.
It's forcing me to
Arch.
try to breathe.
Right. Well, this is the distance that he's out of position. This is why there's so much acidity in his back. So his muscles are working all the time because they're in the wrong position. If they were in the right position, this would be easy. This is what we call this the natural lordosis, the natural curve. This is why we have lumbar support. What the heck are we supporting? Arches. It's not supposed to be ortho. Your back should be curved. And too much? Too much?
It's fine.
I mean, I don't need to overwhelm
It's
you,
a
but
breathing exercise for me, that's for sure. But I mean, it's not like painful or.
let's put the arm aside. Put the arm aside.
I'm starting to feel tingling on my right arm.
Yeah, let's put them here. Take a break. You know, this was face down, and you were like this, and then
Yeah, that was. I mean, a lot of that is. I don't want to say nerve wracking, but the reality is like I know I'm not going to be able to move, too much without you hurting me. So.
Well, it's if I can help you do it, then you can do it more easily when you're not here. You know, it's a stress test. You know, I'm taking you to red line, and then you can go cruise at 3,000 RPMs all day long because I took you at a higher pace.
Mm.
And it's kind of like that. And the more we go to red line, the easier it is for you to run the car up.
Mm.
And that's all it is. Feet together, knees together, and then rotate your knees. Pick a side first. Rotate your knees to a side. Yep. Eventually your knees touch the ground. Yep. Breathe.
I don't know if I'm going to make it to the
Line
ground.
up. Good. Bring your knees back up. Take a break. Take a break. Bring it back up. Here we go. Then move your feet to the right. Then move your feet to the right. Now knees left. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Stretch. Stretch. Exhale. You're not going to hurt yourself. I promise. You're not going to hurt it. Okay? I promise you will not hurt your back doing this. It's going to hurt, but you're not hurting anything. Good. Good. Okay.
Well, when I move my knees to the right, this one is easy.
Okay.
But when I move my knees to the right, my upper, or I guess my mid back, where it's touching the
Mhm.
foam, that's
Hurting.
that. Well, it pulled it with it, and so
Mhm.
it actually got higher.
Mm-hmm.
It moved up the thing. So
It's okay. Bring your feet left. Move your feet to the left, and then knees right again. Try breathe in, exhale. Good. Let it stretch. Let that left side open up. There you go.
doesn't hurt. It's just
Not used to
a
doing
breathing
it.
exercise. Yeah.
Well, these are places you haven't gone to. You haven't really gone through these ranges of motion and unlocking your middle back.
And my right leg, like I guess I could try to relax it, but it doesn't want to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right, knees back up. Yeah, take a break. Yep, breathe. Stay in the middle for a little bit until it calms down. I find the way we're going to get off this is to actually roll to our side. So part of the knee side to side is to make the time to get off of it easier. You cannot do a sit-up off this. You have to roll to your side to get off. So you pick the side that's less difficult, let's say, and then you roll off to that side is how we're going to get off this. But let's try the knees left again. Yep. It's like a drawer. You sometimes got to give it a little bit of a shake to get the drawer to go in. That's what the knees, we're trying to, you'll reach as far, I can't push this in any farther until this side goes in. Then all of a sudden I can get that one farther. So you're going to do that with the vertebrae as they become curved again. All right, I got you. Lift your head up. Lay your head back. Legs straight on this one if you can. There you go. Head back. There you go. Let your chin go up. Yeah, it is up, Ed. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes I'll take my hand,
Okay.
place it on your
that's
forehead,
probably better.
and sing. Get the idea?
Yeah.
You gotta get your head just about 5 seconds and then put your hand back down.
Okay.
There you go. This is the curve that your neck should be in. And so the first phase is to get used to being arched in the neck. This is the device that I had on your back. This can be used seated. It's not meant to be used seated, but can be used seated when you're flying or driving or, sitting at work, whatever. You want to use this behind your back as much as you can. Ideally, this is meant to be used half hour before you go to bed is the ideal time to use this. You want to get this about 20 times for 20 minutes under your belt is my first checkpoint for any general usage. I did it 3 times. I wasn't happy. Okay, I told you 20 times for 20 minutes. I want that done, and then we talk. Kind of idea would be the procedure for introducing the curves to your spine. The ligaments actually start to lengthen around 20 minutes, around 19 and a half minutes. They call it ligamentous creep. They actually start to lengthen and become longer, and that's what actually is the front that has to stretch to allow us to actually go back. So while there's a large group of chiropractors that want to teach strengthening the back muscles to pull you upright, I don't subscribe to that. I believe in stretching the front, and then your body will just want to be upright because we've counter-stretched you. But in order to even go deep enough to stretch those ligaments, we've got to get your back, like your mom saw me lifting your legs up. I'm trying to get you to arch back so that we can even go deep enough to stretch the front part of this body, because almost all of our life we're contracted on the front, slouched forward. This part of our body gets all folded up, and we never arch back, and we never stretch the front part of our body. If in doubt, a little bit to the right would be good for your neck.
This makes me clench my left side of my, like, really tight.
All right, just relax. Then put your head back straight. Just relax.
It's not that it hurts, it's just, like, it's lifting. It's almost as if something is holding my jaw up onto the left side of my...
What's happening is when your head goes forward, the jaw goes forward. And as we bring your head back, your jaw is going to come back. My point is that the health of the jaw and even the muscles that move the jaw are being affected by the movement that we're doing to bring your head back to the right position. So muscles are having to lengthen. There's tension that needs to...
Yeah, like right now, this is me talking just normally. This side has a gap, and this side is like, it's as if it's being pressed together.
So what I would do is, in that situation, you just rub down the ramus, down the jaw line here.
I pop it every morning. It's so tight whenever I wake up that
You should,
I have to open
again,
it up.
that's because your head's forward. You gotta release this.
I have had one massage therapist work on the right side, not on my left side.
All of it is a subsequent event of the head being forward. We gotta get the head back. There we go.
That side moves.
I'm very ticklish. I mean, yeah, a little tight, but man. There hurts more. Yeah.
Real quick, a lot of acidity here in your shoulder.
Oh, man.
Tickles?
Oh, yeah. I noticed more and more of my body was more and more ticklish as I got older, and that's whenever it started hurting. So,
Start.
oh, man, that hurts.
There's a lot right there. Yeah, right there. Jeez. Right there.
Oh, man.
Look at all that. I got an injury in there.
Even the blade hurts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Way worse on his right side. Jeez. All right, fair enough. All right, fair enough.
A few years ago, probably 2019, 2020, I wouldn't make it past, 30 seconds with every time you started making contact.
Right.
But I guess I came a bit more prepared knowing it was going to be, yeah.
All right, I know.
I'm fine. I'll be fine. I've been through worse. I guess,
We beat him up good.
like I said, whenever I first started having the major problems, it started ramping up to the point where, I couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah.
It was to a point, I broken an arm before with the bone sticking out. I was paralyzed at the time, but I still felt pain everywhere. And I would say it's almost as bad as that whenever I was in those situations. And it happened to me over the years a few times. But this, I'll be fine.
Nobody's done this to you before, huh?
This is good for me, so that's another thing is, as long as I know what's happening, I'm okay with it.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. All right, awesome. You did great.